great? It's here from Team TJ. How's everyone doing? I'm doing great. It's Teddy here from Team TJ, and welcome back to another Minecraft video. Where today, this is my very first Minecraft mod showcase. Where today we are taking a look at the Twilight Forest mod, one of my absolute favorite mods of all time. Now, what is the Twilight Forest mod? The Twilight Forest mod adds in a awesome new dimension called the Twilight Forest. Tons of cool bosses, tons of weapons, armor, all kinds of stuff. So today we will be focusing on the tools for this video. But first, I'm going to show you how to make the portal. So I have this set up. You're going to need to make this little 1 block down and 2 by 2 area. And then you fill it up with water buckets. And then you put flowers around it. I like to have poppies in the corner and dandelions all around, but you can do it with any flower that you want, as long as it's a vanilla Minecraft flower. And then last but not least, you throw in a diamond. So a little expensive, but not that bad, so we're just gonna throw it in right now, and bam! Lightning will strike from the skies and turn this into a portal. Now we're going to jump into the one I already made, since I don't really know what that's going to do. So in we go. And I realized I probably should have given myself food. So this is the Twilight Forest dimension. It's always in Twilight, and it looks so amazing. So we're going to be taking a look at the weapons and armor that this mod introduces first, and then we'll take a look at everything else in later videos. So first of all is the armor and the weapons, the sets of good stuff. So first set is the Naga scale set. This is just a chestplate and pants, but it is pretty powerful. To craft it, you're gonna need Naga scales, which drop off the Naga boss. And it looks pretty good. I'd say it looks pretty decent. I mean, it doesn't look that great, but it's not that bad. Anyway, and it is semi-powerful, but remember, it is only 2 pieces of gear. Next is the first of the full sets, the iron wood set. Now to craft this, you're going to need iron wood ingots, and it's just the normal vanilla Minecraft recipes, except you use iron wood ingots instead. And they actually come with enchantments already put in, which is pretty cool. I just don't like how the hoes don't get any enchantments. No love for the hoes, ever. I don't know why. Anyway, but this armor, it looks pretty good as well. Not too bad, not too shabby. I like it. I like it. A lot less bland than all the vanilla stuff. The next set is the fiery set, and to craft it is out of fiery ingots. And for the tools and the sword, instead of sticks, you use blaze rods. And to craft the fiery ingots, you actually need to use iron ingots and either fiery blood or fiery tears, which both drop off some of the bosses in this dimension. And this is actually I think this is probably somewhere close to the strongest set in the mod, and it looks awesome. I absolutely love this. So this is what we're going to be wearing for the rest of the video, but I wanted to show off the rest of the stuff. So yeah, and fiery sword, it does 8 attack damage and it burns targets. It's absolutely awesome. I like this weapon a lot, and it looks really cool as well, I must admit. Next is the steel leaf set, and to craft it is out of steel leaves that you can find in dungeon chests, and everything is the same as normal Minecraft once again. This set looks pretty cool as well, I should say. Looks really cool. Kind of like I'm kind of like a pirate. Arr. The next set is the nightly set, and all the tools are actually weapons too. And the sword and the pickaxe actually do more damage to armored targets, but the axe does more damage to unarmored targets. Anyway, but the knightly set is crafted out of knight metal ingots, which is crafted from smelting an armor shard cluster, which is crafted by combining a bunch of armor shards you can find in dungeon chests. Anyway, this looks amazing. Ta-da! It looks so cool. I love the 3D models to this stuff. This mod must have taken a lot of coding to actually make, but it is so amazing. It's definitely one of my favorite mods of all time. Next is the Phantom set. And you get this from killing the Phantom Knight, and it's only a helmet and a chest plate. I don't think there's any real way to fight the Phantom Knight quite yet, but this stuff looks cool anyway. Again, with the awesome 3D models, and it just looks so awesome. I love this stuff so much. It is crazy. Now in this other chest, I got the other two sets and all the other tools and weapons. So the next set is the Yeti set. And to craft this, it's out of Alpha Yeti fur, which drops off the Alpha Yeti boss. And this set also looks really cool. I love the 3D models. And this is definitely one of my favorite 3D model one so far. It looks so cool. And yeah, it's just so amazing, this mod. And last but not least is the Arctic set, which is crafted out of Arctic fur, which just drops off the normal Yetis and some of the other Arctic mobs. And it also looks really cool. I look like an Eskimo. It's real. I really like the hood design it has. It's so cool. Now that we've gone over all the armor and the sets of weapons and gear and tools, now let's go over the rest of the stuff. So first we're going to go with the charms. So the Charm of Life and the Charm of Keeping. Now, for the Charm of Life actually has 2 forms, and the Charm of Keeping actually has 3 forms. So the Charm of Life, what it will do is, if it's in your inventory and you are almost about to die, it will restore your health. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. That, or you consume it and it heals hearts, but anyway. The Charm of Life you just can find in dungeon chests, and the Charm of Life 2 is just for Charm of Life 1s. So that's pretty cool. And as for the Charm of Keeping, this is basically like Keep Inventory if you don't actually have Keep Inventory on. And the way you obtain the Charm of Keeping is in dungeon chests. Now to get the Charm of Keeping 2 is just for Charms of Keeping 1, and for the Charm of Keeping 3, it's just for Charm of Keeping 2s. So yeah, and basically what these do is the Charm of Keeping 1 will just kind of keep one item. I think probably whatever in your hand. The Charm of Keeping 2 will keep half your inventory, and the Charm of Keeping 3 is just basically to keep inventory. But of course you will lose this when you use it, so make sure that you have multiple of them just in case. Next up are the Scepter of Twilight, the Scepter of Life Draining, and the Zombie Scepter, which each drop off of the Twilight Lich boss, and they are all kind of cool. So the Scepter of Twilight, what it does is just shoots a projectile, bam, like that. The Charm of Life, the Scepter of Life Draining, sorry. All it does is it takes the health of enemies. Unfortunately, there are no mobs here to test it on, but basically if you say there's a zombie here, if I hold on it, it'll take some of its health and put it into me. And as for the Zombie Scepter, what it does is it summons a loyal zombie that will fight for you. Actually, can I use the Scepter of Life Draining on you? Yes, I can. Oh, geez, I am so sorry, my little minion. Anyway, so that's how they all work. I think they are pretty cool. I definitely like the Zombie Scepter. I actually like them all, actually. Next up is the Minotaur Axe. Does extra damage while charging. This drops off the Minnow Shroom boss that's in the mod. So, say I ran and then hit, it would do more damage than if I just started swinging with it. So, yeah, that's pretty cool, but apart from that, not very unique. Next is the Maze Breaker. Now, this actually is how you break the blocks in the underground mazes in this dimension. And I think you find it in dungeon chests. It's a very rare chance to get, though. Transformation Powder. What this does is basically, if you have like a pig, it'll change it to its Twilight Forest counterpart, which would be a wild boar. And it would also do the reverse of that. Alright guys, I actually got a pig here just so we can test it. So, Transformation Powder, bam. Very loud, but as you can see, it is now a wild boar, and it does that to a bunch of different mobs. And just kind of experiment with it, because there's a lot of mobs, like, not all of them have not all of them are counterparts, but some of them are. So just kind of play around with it. You might be surprised with a couple of them. Next is the Ore Magnet. Now, this is actually kind of cool. What this does is, if there's ores underground, it will pull those ores to you, just like that, redstone. So let me do it again. Yeah, okay, that's not really ore, but yeah, basically, if it detects ore down below, it'll just pull it up, and you can then mine it up here, instead of having to go all the way down there. But it is kind of a gamble. Sometimes you'll get redstone, sometimes you'll get whatever the heck this is, and sometimes you'll get iron. Next is the Crumble Horn. This is a little weird, and you actually get it from the questing ram, which is actually over there, but we'll take a look at that in a later video. Anyway, what this does is it basically just breaks dirt and stone down. Let me actually try to get the stone, actually. Yeah, basically is breaking the stone into cobblestone and then into gravel. And it makes a bunch of sheep noises as it does it, so kind of annoying, but I don't really see a use for it, but okay. Next is the Peacock Feather Fan. What this does is it will blow away mobs. So, goodbye. Oh, it didn't really work. Anyway, but I'm pretty sure that this blows away mobs. Yep, it does. Apart from that, not too much. That does. Next is the Moonworm Queen, and this is actually really cool. This is definitely one of my favorite items. So, basically, it will create moonworms, which if you throw, will leech on, and they're basically a light source, basically, in their instant breaks. Or you can actually just place them down, or, of course, throw them, if you so choose. I love this item so much. Next is the Lamp of Cinders. Now, this is a little weird. It just kind of creates like a fiery effect wherever it hits, like, poof, fire. But it doesn't light anything on fire. It does do mobs, probably. So it could be helpful in a combat scenario, but apart from that, I don't really know. Next up, the Ice Bomb. This is pretty cool. If you throw it, it'll turn whatever is around into frozen winter wonderlandness. I believe Captain Cold from the Arrowverse would be quite pleased. Next are magic beans. I have no clue what these do. I actually tried using them when I was setting up the review, but I couldn't figure out what these do, so please, if you know what these do, please help. I have no idea what the magic beans actually are for. All I know is that they're in the mod, and I don't know what they do. Next is the Giant Sword and Giant's Pickaxe. These two are pretty cool. And basically, these drop off the giant mobs, and are you ready for this? Bam! huge giant sword and huge giant pickaxe. It's crazy, and I actually really like these. They don't do much, but they just kind of look cool. Next are the bows. You got the tri-bow, which is my favorite, the seeker bow, the ice bow, the ender bow, and that's about it. Anyway, what these do is the tri-bow. Oh, great, I need arrows. Don't worry, guys, I have arrows now. So, what the tri-bow does is it shoots 3 arrows at the same time, but only uses up 1 arrow, which is amazing. Awesome, overpowered bow. I love this. Next is a seeker bow. What this does, it'll just basically, it'll recurve to its, to what it believes you're trying to shoot at. It's not always accurate, but the ice bow. I think it just does more damage. It's not very special apart from that. And last but not least is the ender bow. This, I believe, teleports whatever you hit it with. So, Boar, you've been our test subject so far. Dang it, I missed. Okay, let's try to hit this thing. Because I'm pretty sure I know what this does. Alright, Boar. Yes, basically what this does is it teleports you to where the opponent is. And that's actually kind of interesting. So, yeah, but apart from that, most of these bows, like apart from, like this tri-bow and the ender bow are the 2 most useful in my opinion. Next is these 2 swords that don't really have any sets to go with. The ice sword, which does 7.5 attack damage, a little stronger than a diamond sword, and the glass sword, which does 40 attack damage, but its durability absolutely sucks. Anyway, there's not too much to show with them. Last but not least is the block and chain, and the cube of annihilation, I think that says. Anyway, what the block and chain does is it breaks things that you throw at it. It's actually kind of cool. And the way you craft this is actually out of night metal ingots, a night metal loop, and a block of night metal. And to craft a block of night metal is just a bunch of night metal ingots. And to craft a night metal loop is just a few night metal ingots in a circle-like shape. And as for the cube of annihilation, I'm pretty sure that's how I pronounce it. It doesn't actually have a crafting recipe as of yet, but it does a similar thing, but actually kind of like in a different way. It melts things, and it just keeps on going until you actually call it back. So, look at how far that went. That's pretty cool. I actually like this thing. Kinda. So, yeah. Apart from that, that's pretty much it for the Twilight Forest mod, at least this portion of it. There will be a later review talking about maybe probably the mobs and the bosses and the dungeons and stuff. So this is a semi-large mod, so this is going to be on multiple videos, but I hope you guys did enjoy. Please do leave a big fat thumbs up, that would be greatly appreciated. Also, this happens to be the first video that you've seen by me. Please do consider subscribing to join Team TJ today for awesome gameplay videos and other amazing content like this. Again, apart from that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Titan 6 out. Goodbye, guys!